Welcome to the online BIM Collaboration Around the World presentation. In this presentation, we will demonstrate how the GRAPHISOFT BIM Server helps collaborative teams implement BIM in their everyday practice. This cutting-edge technology provides architects a live collaboration environment where the entire team has simultaneous access to the BIM model and can collaborate in real time. To demonstrate its true power, we will demonstrate the BIM server to you through a live collaboration exercise where the individual members of our team are located on different continents. To push the limits even further, we will also connect various engineering solutions to the ArchiCAD BIM project through our revolutionary open collaboration workflow. We all hope that you will enjoy the show. In this presentation, you will discover how architects and engineers can exchange building design information, share and manage changes, and create professional, fully integrated construction documentation. GRAPHISOFT was founded in 1982, over 25 years ago. ArchiCAD 1.0 already implemented the virtual building concept. Today, this is known as BIM, that is, Building Information Modeling. Virtual building, or BIM projects, are better designed, more predictable to construct, and less expensive to operate. In the last 25 years, over 1 million building projects worldwide have been designed and realized using ArchiCAD. GRAPHISOFT is represented worldwide, and ArchiCAD is distributed in 102 countries. It is available in 17 languages and in 25 localized versions. ArchiCAD is available for both Apple Macintosh and Microsoft Windows operating systems. You are going to witness another breakthrough in the AEC industry, much like the virtual building concept was at its conception. GRAPHISOFT's BIM server tears down almost all barriers that prevented real-time model-based design collaboration. Once upon a time, great buildings were modeled first. These models allowed for visualization, measurement, and building. With the advent of paper, buildings became represented in symbolic terms. The builders needed to interpret the plans and reassemble the building. At times, the results were not quite what the designer had in mind. The evolution from this method took quite a while. Around the 80s, paper was converted to the electronic format, 2D CAD, albeit the process was pretty similar to its predecessor. Around the same time, GRAPHISOFT's virtual building concept saw the light, changing the way a team could work on a single file project in collaboration, now known as BIM. There was a significant change in the office workflow. The evolution of collaboration, as seen on the screen, clearly shows how the flexibility we had with paper presented an important drawback in coordination. This was improved by 2D CAD, but it is with BIM that the flexibility leap was most noticeable. Even though this workflow allowed more flexibility, it required a relatively high degree of methodology to ensure a fluid workflow. The productivity leap took place when both flexibility and coordination were in balance, thanks to GRAPHISOFT's groundbreaking BIM server. Back in 1997, when GRAPHISOFT ArchiCAD Teamwork 1 was released, the entire project had to be pushed through the network, which had its limitations. With the introduction of Teamwork 2 and GRAPHISOFT's Delta server technology, only the changes in the project are sent through the network. Thus, 100 megabytes of data has been reduced to 100 kilobytes, an impressive scale of economy that includes a robust and secure infrastructure underpinning this workflow. As a result, technology becomes a solution provider. Now, organic scalability becomes a reality, allowing us to create the workflow diagram that best fits our needs. We can choose the workflow pattern and hierarchy required to suit our company, office, or studio in a very simple manner. The evolution has become a revolution. We can safely collaborate beyond our office or studio anywhere in the world, provided there is an internet connection. Different benefits are derived from this technology for different users. Medium-sized firms now have a dynamic workflow with one-click project start, element access on the fly, no more exclusive access, a 5-minute learning curve. Large firms now have a controlled workflow with user management customization, workflow management control, multiple location support. Solo architects now work remotely via Internet, can collaborate with fellow architects via the Internet, work simply like with a solo project. Working with the BIM server feels like working in the office. Graphisoft Teamwork 2 and the BIM server have broken almost all collaboration barriers, extending our company, office, or studio beyond their physical locations. Now we can take our project with us to the site, the client, or the authorities, make changes, and have all the documentation ready on our return, because we have a truly virtual environment that allows this to happen. In summary, some of the benefits are a 5-minute learning curve, one-click project start, element access on the fly, work and collaboration via the Internet regardless of geographic location, multiple location support with robust server infrastructure. All the above translates to more economical and better management of resources, an extended virtual office. We can reach further, providing us with a substantial competitive edge. We will now show you how we can collaborate with colleagues in our firm or with associates in other firms. For this demo, we have a team located in different parts of the world. The architectural project we will use for demonstrating teamwork is a 346,000 square foot or 32,000 square meter residential building complex located in Sevilla, Spain. The architects are Antonio Bandres and Victoria Palomino. Welcome to Graphisoft ArchiCAD. Before starting the demo, let's take a brief look at how we can manage the Graphisoft BIM server from a remote location using a standard internet connection. The BIM Server Manager has been developed for this specific task. Any BIM server can be accessed regardless if the server is situated within your office or at a remote location or in another part of the world. As you can see, we can freely connect any of the servers visible on this list. Now, let's connect to a BIM server which is located in Madrid, Spain, to perform some management tasks. Once we are connected to the desired server, we can review the available ArchiCAD Teamwork projects hosted by this server. Let's have a closer look at this international teamwork project, which we will be working on today. A quick review of some of the important project settings will help acquaint us with the tasks. In this list, you can see all the architects who are working on this project, as well as their roles. Furthermore, you can review the history of the project, including the most recent teamwork actions made by the users. Here we can also create manual and automatic backups of the selected teamwork project, or even roll back the project to a previous stage if necessary. Let's review some of the user settings. Currently, there are over 20 users allowed to log into this BIM server. You can see their names, their roles, and their colors. These colors identify the users when they work simultaneously on the same project, as you will see shortly. In addition to the project files, the BIM server also hosts the user profiles. For instance, this is the personal profile of Tibor, who is the chief architect. Here you can see his full name, email address, his photo, and also the history of his latest actions on the projects he is working on. Finally, let's have a look at the different roles that you can assign to team members. It is critical in every architectural practice to be able to precisely define the roles of each team member. Let's compare the various user roles that are currently available on this server. Remember, all these roles can be edited from a remote location using an internet connection. As you can see, the chief architect is able to perform any operation in the projects, including the management of object libraries, module file, or project attributes. Other users, like the regular architects, will have fewer responsibilities. For instance, they are not allowed to delete libraries or attributes from the file. User roles can be precisely adjusted to best fit the company's workflow. After a quick review of the BIM server, let's now switch to ArchiCAD. On the screen, you can see the 3D model of the residential building complex. On the right side of the screen, you can see the Teamwork palette. Here you can access the most frequently used Teamwork commands, and you can also see the list of architects who are working on this project. Note that all users are online, and everyone is ready to start the work. The only exception is Tony, who is located in Sydney, Australia, where it is the middle of the night at this time. First, every user will reserve different parts of the project to work on. Such elements can be parts of the floor plan, section elevations, or schedules, and so on. Let's see how this works in practice. We will now switch to the 6th floor. The most important thing about element reservation, especially in a large or complex project, is how you can identify the owner of a model element. ArchiCAD provides an intelligent solution for that: the color-coded workspaces. Each user has a color that identifies his or her reservation in the projects. Tibor is green, Simon is blue, Holger is yellow, Jose Juan is orange, and Greg is purple. Using colored workspaces, the reservations of the team members can be identified visually in all project views. Now Tibor turns on the colored workspaces. As you can see, all elements are colored light blue on the 6th floor. This means that all the elements are free for reservations here. So let's see how Tibor reserves some of the elements here. The reservation is really easy. He simply selects a wall by clicking it, and then he uses the Reserve button on the Teamwork palette to reserve it. The reserved wall immediately turns green, signaling that this now belongs to his workspace. Multiple elements can also be reserved in one shift. As you can see, all these selected walls are now reserved by Tibor at once. It is important to note that the reservation information is automatically sent to all the other users immediately and automatically. Let's switch now to the screen of another team member. This is the workspace of Holger in Germany. Holger can switch to Show Reservation by Users mode at any time in the Teamwork palette for visual feedback about the shared workspace. He can clearly see that Tibor just reserved some elements in the project, since green is Tibor's color. Holger will now show all elements with their original color. Neither Tibor or Holger had to click any button to send and to receive the message. Yet all members of the team instantly know that he reserved an element. Let's return to Tibor. He can freely modify and edit the elements he reserved. We've seen how users can reserve and release elements. Now, let's see an example of how they can communicate and work on the project. Tibor will use ArchiCAD Teamwork's built-in instant messaging function and send a message to all the team members to start their work. The Teamwork messaging system also allows instant team communication within the ArchiCAD environment and in the context of the project.